Yo, I'm Golden Features, and you're watching the AU review at Listen Out.
Well, welcome to Listen Out.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How's the day gone? Have you already had your set?
Yeah, man. I finished about half an hour ago, and it's up there with the most fun I've ever had playing, man. Everyone was really insanely receptive.
It's a good crowd out there.
Yeah, man. It's weird playing in the sunlight. It's weird playing really dark, moody tunes in like beaming, beautiful sunlight. But I had fun with it. I'm sure they did as well. It seems like it.
So I guess let's kind of look back at the year. It's been a pretty major one for you with your EP dropping earlier in the year and tracks, breaking through even before that. 2014 has been a pretty great year for you.
Yeah, man. It's the year I've marked on the calendar as quit my job year. Like, look, man. It proved a lot to me. It proved that the music you make when you're not trying to impress people is the music that people feel.
Yeah.
It's what people feel, honesty, I think, and that was it for me, man. Like I put out 4 songs and all of them went above and beyond anything I'd ever done before, which was it was shocking and it was eye-opening, at the same time. It was really fucking nice to experience.
So what have been some of the highlights for you, in that process?
Oh man, the highlights are definitely Splendor in the Grass was up there. Signing with Warner and Parlophone for me was a really big one as well. Being on the same label as people like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and that's a trip out. Especially people like the Gorillaz, who I just am inspired constantly by.
Yeah.
That was another highlight. I'm sure there's a lot more to come, but for those two, for the moment, yeah, absolutely.
So talk us through what we heard in the set today.
The sets are getting good, man, because I'm starting to be able to fill them up with my own music, which is always what I've been inspired to do, man. Like a few select tracks by either friends or people I admire, and then really heavy on my own material. So my EP was in there. There was a new track I've been working on, which doesn't really have a name yet. I think its working title is Whale Song. I think I sounded like a whale at the time.
Oh, you sound like a whale. I was wondering if you'd gone down the Bjork route and
done
an interpretive whale song album.
Yeah, no, basically the whole next EP is just me moaning into a microphone in different No, it's like...
Yeah, that's for private time.
Yeah, right, yeah. That's my private album under a different name. No, that being able to play new music and it going well, unreleased tunes and those going well, that for me, man, has been crazy. But apart from that, it's just guys like Hunter Siegel, who I'm really inspired by, the Bixel Boys, presets, people like that, man. It's brilliant to be able to play their music and having a fan base that's open to hearing that music,
And including today and looking at the past year, I imagine you've gotten to play along some of those artists that you that you admire.
Yeah. Well, as well as playing, at Splendor, I was there on the Friday, man, in the biggest mosh pit I've been in a while, hanging out watching the presets play all new versions of old tunes, and that for me, man, was just brilliant. Like, it was just a humbling experience. It's crazy, man. It's crazy watching people like that. Danny Brown was actually a highlight as well. Danny's...
I heard that was a good set.
He's just on something else. I'm pretty sure by that point I'd stolen a vintage jacket from someone and was in a full-blown fur jacket, just head down, pumping about.
It sounds like that was Big Boy's. Did you...
Yeah, I don't know, man. If Big Boy has beef with it, then we're going to have to go toe-to-toe. I hope not. I hope it wasn't his. I hope it was vintage.
So, what's next? What happens after Listen Out for you?
Well, basically from here, man, I'm working on my next EP, which I'm starting to get really, really happy with. The song I opened with today might be a part of it.
Yeah. The Whale Song?
Yeah, that's for the moment, the Whale Song, which I'm sure will be something by the time it comes out.
Yeah.
As well as that, man, I'm working with a lot of other artists. Just finding, this got a lot of attention really early before I'd really found myself, and now I feel like I know exactly what I want to present with this and exactly how I want to portray myself as this particular project under this character. So, yeah, for me, man, it's just about expressing that from here on out,
Well, we look forward to seeing what comes next.
Fuck yeah, I appreciate it.
And when do you head off to Perth? Because you're on the whole run, aren't you?
Yo, I've got to be up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So I have Yatzel, LDIU, and a few other of the homies trying to get me drunk. It's probably going to happen, and I'm going to have a horrible flight tomorrow. But
will you push through, or you just kind of stay up until the flight?
Whatever the way I deal with it, I'm going to have to deal with it. It's just as simple as that. I have no other option but to do it.
You just got to take the party as it comes.
True. Wiser words have never been spoken. I appreciate it.
Well, enjoy it, and thanks for joining us today.
Cheers, brother.